phones and the tablets all the time, but today we're going to show you how you can turn it off, and we're doing so with David Polgar from davidryanpolgar.com. These days, everybody's using the phones all the time, and it's good, but there's a large downside to it.
Oh my God, definitely. If left to our own devices, we'll always be staring at our smart screen, and that's going to get in the way of conversation, family time. So really what we need to do is kind of establish tech-free times and tech-free zones.
So we're going to talk about both of those today.
Sure.
Let's talk with tech-free zones. How can we establish them, and why is it so important?
Well, there's got to be certain places in your house that I like to call that they're Zen zones.
Zen zones, I like that.
Places where you can actually be free, you can think deeply, you can talk to the people actually around you, as opposed to just staring at a screen. Popular places are going to be at the dining room table and then also in the bedroom.
I love it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, instead of focused on their better half, if you will, in the bedroom, are just staring at a screen.
Well, I'll admit it. Sometimes I get into bed at night. My wife, she's reading a book, maybe on her tablet, and then I pop on my phone. I check my email. I do something like that. So, you know, it's that intimate time of the evening where you talk about your day, but it just turns into two people on a screen.
And that's the problem, because the bedroom is a place that you like to relax and more, right? So the worst thing you can do to relax is to look at an email that you got and say, wait a minute, now my brain is racing.
And so it's not even that blue light, which is distracting, but then it's also your noodle gets working.
Right, so you've got the blue light that keeps you awake, but you also have, like you said, your noodle is kind of in overdrive now because you're thinking about something. So kind of an analog way that you can get around this is replace your smartphone at night with an old-fashioned alarm clock.
Love it.
Right? It seems very low-key, but a lot of times the very tempting nature of looking at your smartphone, looking at all of your messages, looking at sports scores, Twitter feeds, that's going to be too distracting for people.
Let's talk about tech-free times,
tech-free times.
It's important that not only we have the zone, but we have the time to do it in.
You know, I have to go to the bank today, and the bank has closing hours. But does your life have a closing hour?
Always
right?
on.
You're always open. You're 24/7, but that can be exhausting. So what a lot of people need to do is they need to structure a time where they say, you know what, I'm actually shutting down from my digital life, and I'm going to focus on my analog life. So popular times would be kind of nighttime. So you can have the nighttime say, you know what, I'm going to get off of Facebook right now. I'm not even going to go on. And again, you cannot rely on willpower. Willpower is a muscle that gets fatigued. You have to actually structure hard times. In addition, lunchtime, especially for a lot of people in the workplace, is a proper time to kind of unplug, maybe go for a walk, get those creative juices going, and really kind of move away from that constant stream, because that constant stream can be a little overwhelming.
You know what you could do too? You could take it conversely, and you could say, for example, I'm only going to look at my Facebook at lunch, or I'm only going to do it after dinner.
And what I like about that is then you're actually more productive with your time, because what a lot of studies have shown is that we lose track of time when we're online. So if you actually set it up, and some people go even with the egg timer, I'm going to only go online for the next hour, but I have to do a bunch of research. I'm only going to go on Facebook for half an hour today. Then they actually stick to that. Whereas if they say, I'm going to go on to Facebook until I'm bored, you know what?
And you're scrolling.
Next thing you know, you're saying, well, I'm looking at my second cousin's vacation photos.
Yeah.
I didn't know he went to Tahiti. I needed to message him. And you message him, and then you look up Tahiti, and next thing you know, it's 3 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
2 in the morning. And you're in your pajamas, and you're saying, my God, I have to get up in a few hours. What happened to my life? You need more structure. Again, I'm going to repeat it. Willpower is limited.
So we got to
rely on it.
We need to get the Zen
structure.
zones.
Zen zones. You need the
structure,
Zen zones.
and then we need to just unplug every once in a while.
Every once in a while. And again, it's all about tech balance. It's not about taking away. It's about adding to your life. Technology, by its very nature, social networks can really add value to your life. But if they go past a certain point, they start taking away. Right? You need to personally strike that equilibrium, that balance out.
We got to find those Zen zones. It's a pleasure having you here. If you want more information about everything we've just talked about, mymassappeal.com is the website.